This is Sergio Scardino reporting for 60 Minutes. We decided to sit down and interview one of the most powerful and influential men in the world, Bill Gates. Where did you get most of your inspiration for Microsoft?
Most of my inspiration to create Microsoft came from my personal perception that there was a large amount of market share to gain from creating a software company at the time, due to the fact that there was only a few companies like IBM. Apple was just starting up at the time. So I thought, why not make my own?
How does it feel to have earned the title second richest man in the world?
I think that it's a great title to have, being the second richest man in the world. When creating Microsoft, it was not my main goal to obtain that title, but I'm very grateful for the fact that I am the second richest man in the world, and it's a nice accomplishment.
Were you nervous dropping out of high school to pursue your dream of starting a software company?
Yeah, I was extremely nervous dropping out of high school. I mean, who wouldn't be nervous dropping out of high school and going the non-safe route? At the time, there weren't that many companies doing what I was trying to pursue. So it was definitely a big investment for me to drop out of high school.
Why did you decide to partner with Paul Allen for Microsoft?
I partnered with Mr. Paul Allen because of the fact that he was a person that I trusted at the time, and who also knew a lot about software engineering and also shared my passion for software engineering.
What do you expect from Steve Ballmer as the new CEO of Microsoft?
I feel that Mr. Ballmer will bring an innovative change to the company, especially in the mobile market, which has definitely been on an uprise in the past 5 years.
Do you feel that Microsoft is pushing more towards the mobile marketplace, especially since some people are saying that Windows PCs are becoming dead?
I feel as if the mobile marketplace is definitely on an uprise, especially within the past 5 years, and that my company, Microsoft, is just trying to fulfill that need and that market. And I think as if we're definitely getting there.
How is your relationship with Steve Jobs, especially towards the end of his life when he was getting sick?
When me and Mr. Jobs both started up, we were both and within a year of the same age together, and we were both very optimistic about building big companies. But even though we may be viewed as rivals, which we definitely were, we always maintained a certain level of respect for each other, including when he was sick.
Why did you decide to drive without a license at the age of 19?
I decided to drive without a license because I was a young kid, just trying to have a fun time. I mean, who doesn't want to have fun? But it put a lot of people at risk because I was not an experienced driver at the time, being a teenager, and I very much do regret it.
What morals do you teach your children in terms of money?
In terms of money, I like to instill morals in my children. I don't want to give them an unfair advantage among their peers in the workplace just because they're my children. But just as any parent would, if they were in need of money, I would definitely, help them out. But I don't want it to seem as if just because they're from a family of means, they get an advantage amongst everyone else in their workplace.
Do you think now, since you have the burden of Microsoft off your shoulders, that you'll participate in more charity work?
I do expect to do more charity work in the future, especially with my own research foundation that I fund, such as my AIDS Foundation or cancer research. But with me retiring soon, it's definitely less of a burden to have Microsoft worry about it all the time. So yeah, I definitely have a lot more time to do charity work with less fortunate people, kids in schools, and to help them eventually reach a higher level of success.
Well, there you have it. A few insightful moments on one of the most successful and influential people on the planet, Bill Gates.